What's up, you guys? You're watching Sergio's Secret. Before I get started with today's video, if you can please give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I post a video daily on contemporary and designer fashion, and today's video we're going to be talking about designer handbags that I would buy to start my collection again. So we're going to knock on wood, we're just putting it out. Let's say if I were to go back and start my designer collection, what are handbags that I would add? I have 10 on my list, and these are great bags that I feel like are very versatile, can go with a lot, and would replace a lot of the items that I have. The thing is that in this list, I can't put bags that I already have in my collection, so they have to be bags that I don't own. There's one or two that I'm kind of cheating on, and I'll kind of explain as we kind of get there. But if you're looking for a new designer handbag, if you're just starting your designer handbag collection, I think that all these handbags are really great choices to add into your wardrobe. I think that they go with everything. They dress up, dress down, and I'll kind of talk about them. And for the most part, with the exception of a few, most of them are really under that $2,000 price point. And so kind of consider handbags under $1,500, under $1,000. You know, obviously if I were to start again, maybe I would buy kind of like a pricey one, and then maybe one under $1,000, and kind of start with 2 or 3, and then kind of build my collection, because obviously collection for the most part is always never built overnight. It's usually built over a period of time. So I did kind of wanted to put that. So I do recommend all these bags, and these are all great starter bags. Adding them, the only catch is for that I can't feature any bags that I currently have in my collection. First handbag that I would love to add into my collection if I were to start all over again, this is the bag that I'm really considering within the last couple months, and it is the Chloe Marcie Mini. And you're like, oh my god, Sergio, the Chloe Marcie Mini, it's not really your style. The white top with a goldie shorts with some beautiful sneakers, loafers, espadrilles. I think that the Chloe Marcie is such a classic and such a casual take on such a beautiful and timeless handbag. The Chloe Marcie has been around for almost 12 years. It is one of their bread and butters, and this handbag is just beautiful. I love it. For me, I wouldn't get any other sizes in the Marcie family. I really like the little smaller one that's $9.90. I think it's so beautiful. I think it's so underrated. I think that the Chloe Marcie really doesn't get enough love on the YouTube channel or on social media. I think that the Chloe Marcie is beautiful. I think it's impeccable. I think it's exquisite. Like, I just love the Chloe Marcie, and every time I see one, regardless if it's in the black, the gray, or the tan color, if I see fun color, I always compliment a Chloe Marcie Mini. A Chloe Marcie Mini is such a beautiful handbag, and I love it. It's such a beautiful handbag, and I did something that before the end of the year, I definitely do see myself adding a Chloe Marcie Mini. Now, the color and the variation that I would see myself getting in, I would definitely right here, just because when I look at my collection, I don't really have any gray bags, or like if I'm starting again, see, I caught myself there. If I'm starting again, I definitely would want to get, you know, colors that are neutral, but, you know, I'll probably get black and other bags. I would either get the gray one, or I would get kind of like that brown color. I wouldn't get black because there's other bags that I would prefer to get in black, and other bags that I would rather get in black versus the Chloe Marcie. Either the tan one or the green one, I would definitely get it. And like I said, I've always been a big fan of the Chloe Marcie, and I cannot wait to add one into my collection later down the road. And this is, you know, the first one that I would add if I were to start my collection again. A handbag that I would add into my collection start again. This one is like somewhat cheating, but it's not. It's the classic Prada nylon reissue 2000. I do have the 2005 right here, but technically, since it is not the same bag, I told myself I can include it because this one has the crossbody strap, or that you can use it as a shoulder bag. So for two different bags, even though they're kind of the same, but they're really not. And also the price point and everything on them is a lot different. So for this one, you know, they're two different bags. And that's my little cheating on this one. For me, I'd probably get the classic black one. I just love it. It's such a timeless nylon bag. This is something that I can have in my collection for many years, kind of like the Chloe Marcie, or just a lot of these bags in general. They're just bags that I can just reach for, that I can, you know, I can just be carefree about. The Prada nylon, put on the ground, you can go through the gigs. It's very easy to pack with. Also the Chloe Marcie, since it is a smaller bag, they're really cute and itsy bitsy to pack with. The leather on the Chloe Marcie is very durable. The nylon Prada is very, very durable. It's very scratch resistant. It can go through the gigs. You can put that through a lot, and so therefore I feel like this one would be quite an essential handbag to have in my collection in the designer space, just because it is such a versatile handbag, and it's something that I would get so much wear out of. So out of both of the bags, $1,000, I think that these two are really great additions that I would add into my collection if I were to start all over again, because I feel like they're just very core and classic ones. A little top handle, a little crook of the arm, and then I have a nice casual crossbody or a little bit of a casual longer shoulder bag. I think that they both go really well, and they both can really dress down or dress up. Maybe the Marcie, it's more on the dress down, but definitely the Prada, I find that you can kind of dress it up or dress it down depending what you're wearing. The third bag that I would add into my collection if I were starting all over again, or like a great beginner bag, is going to be the Saint Laurent Sac de Jour. Ever since I've seen School of Affluence, well, the Sac de Jour has been out since 2013. I remember when Gigi Gorgeous had this beautiful hot pink one and she did a what's in my bag. Well, maybe it wasn't hot pink, I think it was more of a pale pink. And I saw her have it, I've seen many, other YouTubers have it. But really, when Anna Bay really had the Sac de Jour, and she still has this in her collection, I think she really sold me on the bag. It's so timeless, it's so minimal, it's very classic. I think the colors that they do on it is very beautiful. Regardless what size, the mini ones or the larger one, I think that the Sac de Jour is a really pretty collection in general. I think for me, if I were to get a Sac de Jour, since I do want to have a classic core black handbag, I'll probably do it more in the stiffer leather than in the grainier. I know some of them are more softer that they did in the beginning of the Sac de Jour kind of collection. I think now I would kind of either get like a croc one, a croc embossed, or I would get one that's a little bit more of a stiffer leather and kind of a medium size, just because it's kind of more of an everyday size handbag. I think that the Sac de Jour, like I said, it's very classy. You can turn it around and no branding or anything on it, and it just looks like a very high and sophisticated handbag. So for me, the third handbag that I would add would be the Saint Laurent Sac de Jour, and the kind of classic medium size and kind of like leather, and that goes with embossed or not embossed. I just think that the Sac de Jour in general is such a beautiful handbag. The next handbag that I would add if I were to start my collection again, and this one is going to be more on the pre-love side. You guys already know how I feel about Balenciaga. A lot of new Balenciaga doesn't really speak to me. I don't really think about, oh my god, I want to buy it. The only new Balenciaga item that I have, or the only Balenciaga item that I have in my collection, is this little beautiful floral Balenciaga handbag. But if I were to add a Balenciaga, I really like a lot of the older Balenciaga, and I would love to add a pop of color of a Balenciaga city bag. It could be like a hot pink, like a Trisha Paytas hot pink. It could be a green, it could be an orange, it could be blue, it could be any color. But I would get a pre-love kind of larger Balenciaga city bag. I want it to be soft, I want it to be malleable, I want to throw it around. Like I would want this to be kind of like my fun, colorful catch-all bag. Like I said, the Sac de Jour is very clean-cut classic, but then maybe on the weekends I definitely do want something that's a little bit more relaxed, something that's a lot more chill, something that just goes with a little bit more. You can wear all black and you can wear all white, you can go with it. I have a feeling I really would get it literally in a beautiful red color, or I would get it in a really, really pretty pink color. I think the Balenciaga city bag is such a gorgeous and such an underrated handbag, and it's definitely something that I would love to add into my collection if I were to start all over again. And in general, these are all handbags I would love to add in my collection later down the path, in a very, very beautiful fun color, even like a yellow. I just think that Balenciaga city bags, especially ones that are like 10-15 years old, I think that the colors on them are beautiful and impeccable, and who doesn't want a little bit of a colorful moment? For me, the Balenciaga city bag in like a fun color, definitely here for it, but definitely this would be a pre-love purchase for sure. The next one, which is going to be kind of like a cheater one as well, it's going to be a Chanel maxi double flap. I cannot live my life without a Chanel classic flap. I feel like everybody needs to at least have one if that's something that you're aspiring, something that you want to add into your collection. So the one that I have right now obviously is my Chanel maxi, but this one is a single flap. I like it because you can fit quite a bit more stuff than if it was a double flap, and that's what I quite like about it. And so for me, I would definitely love to add this one in black double version if I were to start my collection again, just because I feel like, for me, I'm 5'11", I'm a big girl, I definitely do like to carry it a little bit more, and I think that the Chanel classic flap in the larger size definitely makes a huge statement. It's like, oh my god, this is the big mama maxi bag. And so for me, I would add it, but obviously I can't get a single flap one, so I would have to get a double flap one. So I would add it into my collection, but since I have the single flap, it can't be that one. So I would add a Chanel maxi double flap bag into my collection. I may not be able to fit as much, but at least I get that Chanel flat bag, because I just love a good Chanel flat bag. I only have one, but I'm super happy and content with it, and maybe later down the future I definitely do see myself adding more Chanel flat bags in my collection. But I will say that the Chanel flat bag added into my collection as kind of like a starter bag. So people try to get wallet on change or other bags. For me, if I'm going to spend the money on a Chanel bag, I'm going to get what I want. I'm not going to compromise at all, because these items go up every single season or every couple times a year now. I definitely want to make sure whatever I get I'm 100% satisfied with. So I'm just gonna go full force and get in and get the maxi size because that's what I want. The next bag that I would add to my collection, and for the most part this one will be a pre-loved purchase, I would get a Celine box bag, and then in this box bag I would either get it in a beautiful brown color, a beautiful kind of like sage green, or even a white color. I don't want a black one because I will already have the sac de jour and the Chanel maxi in black. I would definitely want it to be more of a neutral pop of color. So for me, I've always liked the Celine box bag. I think it's so beautiful. I think it's so timeless. I think it's so effortlessly. I just think it's so chic, like wearing beautiful tailored black trousers, a bodysuit, a beautiful long sleeve top, that, and you know, maybe like a beautiful minimal fresh face of makeup, some sunglasses from Celine, from Oliver People, you know, some beige sneakers. I think mood, it's such an aesthetic, and I think I'm here for it 100%. I definitely would love to add a Celine box bag into this kind of brand new collection. Like I said, pre-loved. I don't mind if it has a little bit of scratches, a little bit of wear and tear on it, because you know, the Celine box bags, for the most part, some of them can get on them very easily. So I don't mind if it has a little bit of imperfections, because it's going to happen regardless. So for me, box bags sign me all up every day, but just like my Balenciaga one, it's going to be a pre-loved version that I would get versus a brand new one. Another handbag that I would love to add would be a Gucci Dionysus bag. I always love this bag. This is the only bag in this entire list that is actually monogram. I'm not the biggest fan of monogram, but one thing I will say is I do like two monograms a lot in the designers. I really like Goyard monogram and I really like Gucci monogram. I said this in a previous video. The thing about Gucci monogram, I just think it's the GGs and like the brown and everything is very aesthetically pleasing for myself, and I think everything is very proportionally done very, very well. Therefore, since it's done very well, it's done very tastefully, I wouldn't mind adding it, especially if I'm going to have 9 other bags that I could wear. It's something that I could definitely rotate. So in the Dionysus, I would definitely get it in more of the medium size. I wouldn't get the huge one, and I also wouldn't get the smaller ones because I would already have other smaller bags. I'd probably get it, and you know, some of them come in the black suede or some of them come in the brown one. I'd probably just get the brown one. I think maybe the black with the GG Supreme can look a little bit harsh, so definitely I would want it to be the more of a suede beige in the back pocket and everything. I've always liked the Dionysus bag ever since I've seen it, and I have a little wallet pouch that literally looks like it, and so every time I see it, I kind of like it. Puts a bright smile on my face. So for me, I wouldn't mind adding it into my collection in medium size, not the big one, not the small one, the perfect medium size, and it's a good that I can use. And this is a bag that I could use every day, or I can use it on the weekends, or a nice travel bag. And like I said, all these bags are, for the most part, are very travel friendly. Maybe the Chanel maxi and maybe the sac de jour. Everything else in this list is pretty much very easy to travel with. So I really like to have like a bunch of bags that kind of like have like that kind of blogger aesthetic, where you kind of like travel, and like when you go to your hotel room, you know, I don't put everything in like the drawers and stuff, but I like to put like the bags and the accessories, like the sunglasses and the bags, and it fits such a mood. Like you just have them out here, say, oh, what bag do I want to use? A lot of them are very portable. They're very nice to kind of travel with, so nothing happens with them in the long run. The next bag that I would love to add if I were to start my collection again would be the Saint Laurent Lulu, and this one would be in the medium size, and this one would be a nice pop of neutral. So I can definitely maybe, or not even neutral, it could be a fun color. I don't want black, I don't want brown, and I don't want kind of like beigey colors. I could definitely, this one, see being at my white bag, my cream bag. I definitely would want to add at least one white bag into my collection. So actually my Saint Laurent Lulu classic flap would definitely be in the cream color. I think it's so pretty. I love the puffiness of the Lulu in general. I've always been a big fan of the Lulu. I think you can fit a lot. I think it's so chic. I think it's so effortlessly. I think it's done really well. And I think that the cream Lulu would make a really good combination, because like I said, I already have 2 larger kind of black bags. I'm gonna have a fun pop of color in the Balenciaga. I'm gonna have a neutral in the Lulu Saint Laurent, and then, you know, I'm gonna have the Gucci Dionysus, and then plus all the other bags. Really great combination of just having a little bit of, you know, classic black, classic neutrals, and maybe like 1 or 2 fun pops of color. I think that's really great, and that's how you kind of build a very nice and core kind of collection. And like I said, if I were to restart this collection, I'll probably buy the bags kind of 1 per month. So I'd probably start with the Prada nylon, and then I'll probably get the sac de jour, and then I'll probably get like a Celine box bag, and then so I'll probably buy them a little bit like 1 by 1, space them out. I just wouldn't buy them all at once, but this is how I would do it. The next bag, which is going to be the 9th bag, is going to be the Bottega Veneta large woven pouch. This one I would definitely buy in the pre-love market. I am starting to see really great deals on Bottega Veneta on the pre-love market. This one, like I said, it can be a pop of color, it can be lime green, it can be kind of like that, like anything. It could be like that nail polish color, it could be a lime green, blue, it could be whatever. I definitely do want this one to definitely be a pop of color where I see it, I'm just like, oh my god, I want to gravitate it. I want to wear it to lunch, I don't want to wear a full black outfit, and I want to wear it to a dinner. I definitely want it to be a fun color that's super out there, kind of like the Balenciaga City bag. So I have my 2 amazing pop of colors, something that I can definitely reach for. I think that the Bottega Veneta pouch bag would be a really great bag to add. I already have the little mini one right here. Well, you know, I wouldn't, starting again, I won't have this in my collection, but you know, I have this one and I have been enjoying the pop of color. So if I had a larger one, I think it'd be a little bit more versatile and any pop of color. Like, look at this, like this color is really pretty. Like, it goes with my skin tone, it goes with everything. So I would definitely want to add something that has a little bit of pop of color towards it. Bottega Veneta large woven pouch is something that I'm definitely here for it, and the gays would be loving for it. But like, yes baby, dame color en tu bolsas que tú tienes. Bag that I would add if I were to restart my collection, you know, I love my Loewe puzzle bag, but unfortunately I cannot choose the small size. Add a, you know, this is my beautiful bag Noah. I would add the Loewe puzzle bag in a mini size, and this one could be a neutral color, but that has like something fun to it, like a fun neutral color, but not black and not gray or not white. Any other color, even a tan, I could do in the classic Loewe tan color. But I would definitely love to add a small mini Loewe puzzle bag. I think it's so cute as a little dinner bag, as a little daily bag. You know, my friend Connie has the classic Loewe mini puzzle bag, and she loves it. She's had it for 2 years, and it literally looks brand new. And that bag has been through the gigs, and you know, we've had stories with our bags, and I think it's a really pretty bag. So I don't think you could ever go wrong with it. So the Loewe mini puzzle bag, I think it's a really great choice, and I've been enjoying my time with Noah. But you know, if I'm starting my collection again, I would still love and appreciate to have a variation of a puzzle bag into my collection. And so yeah guys, these are going to be 10 designer handbags that I would add into my collection if I were to start brand new. And if you're starting your designer collection, if you want to add new designer handbags to your collection, I think that all these options are really great options. I think you can never go wrong with them. I think some of them aren't really I don't think none of these are really trendy. I think all these will come around, will go around and come around. I think a lot of these bags, I think the only one that I could say is hold on, it's the Bottega pouch bag, because I find that maybe as within the next couple months, within a year or two, you can find really great deals on the pre-love market. But other than that, I think all the other bags, you can definitely either buy pre-loved and get a really great deal now, or buy it brand new from the boutique. So I would kind of give and take and do your research on them. I'll leave the links down for all these bags down below. I'll put the new version, and then I'll put the pre-love version down below. I would love to know what bags would you add into your collection if you had to start again, but it can't be something that you already had. I would definitely love to hear it down below. Do you think that these bags are great options? Do you think they're not great options? I think that this is a nice kind of curated brand. I think the only brand that repeated itself was Saint Laurent, but everything else was all different brands. So it's like a nice variation, a nice mixture, a nice different mixtures of colors and sizes and textures and variations. So I think that all this is really great. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below. I post a video frequently on the channel on contemporary and designer fashion. So I would love for you to come back on the canal. Leave my entire outfit down below. Oh my God, aren't we loving this little navy blazer with this beautiful gold button details, this little gay gold buttons? Because I'm definitely here for it. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I love each and every single one of you. Y los miro hasta la próxima video. Bye guys, and take care. I love each and every single one of you.